right, it's the 11th of February, 2026. And so I've been trying to stay on top of the Epstein stuff. And I sent this comment to a writer of blogs that I really respect. His pen name is Burning Bright. He's a brilliant writer, all that. And he was talking about the honeypot system, the Epstein methodology of entrapment, emotional bribery. And one of the things that Americans, basic people, all they know, oh, I've heard of Epstein, and yeah, he was a bad guy. Okay. Yeah, and Trump was involved, and Clintons are involved, and Hollywood's involved, and, you know, big time corporate people like Bill Gates are involved. But there's no new thing in all this. We live in a time of disclosure, and that's really what it is. You guys need to understand they're not going to be hung on a gallows, though they should be, right? Like what happened to Hitler? People think he lived to his old age in South America, right? Saddam was saying, okay, he had a rough departure, same thing with Gaddafi, but not these guys, not the guys that are part of the system, the game, where they know, you know, what's really going on. They got the inside information, which we'll never get. So instead of us talking about constitutionality, you don't get anything constitutionally unless you're in an environment where there's other people like your local district judge who will honor the Constitution. So really, you can't control any of these things. The main thing, like I was talking about earlier today, is to tap in to who you are. I will never get tired of telling you that your blood connected to the throne, if you've called upon the name of the Lord, and His Spirit has entered your being, your soul, and now you're filled up with the fires of heaven. When people say somebody's on fire, or they say somebody's filled with the Spirit, that's normal. Think about it. Anybody that gets touched with the fires of heaven is going to change. You're going to start thinking differently about your day, about your life, about your world, about being a dad, being a husband, being a neighbor, being a worker. You're going to separate from everything that you were. You're going to be an agent of change. You're going to have an impact wherever you go. Military, sports team, company job, labor force, construction crew, manufacturing world, tech world, military, ship, on a boat, in an airplane, wherever. Wherever you go, you will not be a secret Christian in America if you have been touched by heaven. So that's my basic point to now say my next thing. The bloodline people that rule the world, the 13 families or every way, the 300, let's say that's 100% true. If it's not 13 or whatever, it doesn't matter. They have been here for a long time. Their seed, their ancient seed, their ancient knowledge, and their original PowerPoint, like royalty. They were the children of the kings, the children of the knights, the children of the barons. They in their gut think they're better than you because of their bloodlines, because of their seed. Now, that's a fact. Epstein thought he was better. He thought he was an elite bloodline, which is why he saved his sperm and froze his sperm, and he wants to spread himself all over the world because he believes that he's unique, special, smart, whatever his angle was of what made him better than other people. He was definitely arrogant, right? And all these people have a level of arrogance, which kills you, which wipes you out. But they haven't been wiped out yet. So, what drives them on is their invincibility. The Clintons. Oh, I'll appear before Congress now under these conditions. And arrogance will walk in the door with them. Now, if they're just players in a game, then they are actors. That's all they're doing, is acting for the Congress. Both sides are acting, right? Maybe, maybe not. Doesn't matter, because that's not going to impact me. My bloodline, through my real physical ancestry, was touched by God. Faith. I have a legacy of faith. Do we all have the same point of view on Scripture? No, because things have grown and expanded. Understanding has increased generation to generation, I think, so far. But what was consistent in my dad's bloodline? The fathers of my father were elder leaders of churches and farmers. They were leaders. They were encouragers. They loved the Scriptures. So I actually have blessed blood. I am a product of blessed blood. So when I look at you or these rich people that think they're greater than, I'm the one that has been blessed. Our family survived all the problems in Europe. They made it here. And then they had kids and they had kids. All the way to me. I'm the first and only son of my dad. He at least had one. And then I had 4. So that means God's got a new move. He's got new things going on. 4 girls, they're going to get married, be connected to other family. Like my one married daughter's married to a pastor's son from South Africa. Good people. So our family blood and seed married South African Christian holy blood, because they have a great family tree. So who are the ruling people? It's the meek that shall inherit the earth. So that's a mindset. Now, I'm going to take you back to reading Enoch and take you back to the Jasher and the Jubilees, where you chronicle out how Abraham was called and then how he survived Nimrod, his beginning journey, his dad, and how he dealt with his father, because his father was not a believer. But his brother they threw his brother in the fire and he got burned, and Abraham survived because he had a pure heart. That's a big deal, guys, to think about. Halfway faith ain't gonna get you there. When Jesus comes down on his white horse, the fiery heat of his purity and holiness will cut through anything that's fake, will burn it to shreds. You will not survive if you're not for real. So we're talking about born again blood people that are genuine to the core. Put them under hot, bright lights, and they're gonna never deny Jesus. They're gonna die believing. No matter what happens, they're hanging on to Jesus. Born again, real people. These are the righteous that will inherit the earth. We are those people, and us are the ruling class. So this is why I did the video. So when we start a business, or we start an enterprise, or we get a job, or wherever we go, we are going to bless where we are. Wherever we live, we're going to make that area a little brighter. Whatever college our children go to, they're going to bless that world, that team. That's what's going to happen. That's our seed. That's your seed if you can get what I'm saying. You feel it, you know it, you lived it, your family. So this is only to you as such a person. It's not, this video is not for everyone. It's for people that need encouragement to believe that they're going to win because they're the righteous. And they're going to carry that attitude into the work that they're doing right now, which will lead to another thing, which will lead to another thing. That's the way it works. If these people aren't going to bless you, and I've seen it, I've lived it, God will move you to another place, and then they have a chance to treat you right. And if they don't treat you right, you can go to another place. But God, and the enemy wants them to hate me, right? Wherever I've been. And that's why I get these weird scenarios when I leave a company. Like, people think I did something I didn't do. They just believe a lie. That's how I left the church that I was raised in, more or less. They believed a false report. The false report was generated by Satan to get people to think evil of me. But like I said a few days ago, I didn't respond with evil. I responded with quietness, peace, and moving on. I did that competition against the guy who screwed me, stole money from me. I did that. It wiped me out personally, financially, emotionally, and spiritually. It got me sick. God's like, I had to heal from those things. It took me about 3-4 years to heal from a war in business when I was in my 30s. And I was really good at what I did, but that I wasn't blessed in that war. God let them beat me in that war. And I had to walk away as a peacemaker. I wasn't good at the legal thing. I had right to have legal action. But yeah, it's terrible. Court is not an option for me. Lawyers are not an option. I just don't think it. I don't ever want to go to court because I don't trust it, and plus I should be able to resolve it before it gets there. Or I should be wise enough not to do business with somebody that's going to screw me again because I've been through all this. So you learn from your pain, you learn from the hardships, and from there you carry those experiences forward and realize that's why you keep growing. At some point you break through. At some point you enter a life of peace where you can rest. That's why I keep talking about the rest of God. It's a point in the future. It's something to strive for in the practical reality of rest. You've learned your craft. You've gone through your process. You've got the necessary skill. You still got strength, health. And God's opening up a door for you to walk through and take all that pain and all that suffering and all that struggle to now use it to bless others. That's the point. The only reason you're doing what you're doing is to bless people, to be light, to be salt, to influence the world you're in, to have an impact for good. That's the only reason why we're still alive, still breathing, is to have an impact for good. God bless you.